Right, in today's video I'm going to be taking a close look at the hyperlapse option on the newly released DJI Osmo Nano. And just before I get into the video, I'm just going to show you how to locate the hyperlapse option on the Nano, and then we'll see what options we've got there. Here we go. Right, so to find the hyperlapse feature on the Nano, in the bottom left there's just an icon and you tap that, and then you're going to scroll all the way to the end where you'll find time-lapse. And now it's in time-lapse mode, you'll just swipe up and scroll to the left there, and that's where you'll find the hyperlapse. And then just underneath you'll see there's some rates, and there'll be 6 rates, so they start in auto, ×2, ×5, ×10, ×15 and finally ×30. So in today's video I'm going to be covering all these 6 rates so we can really see what the footage looks like. And then in the top right hand corner, if you just highlight that icon, this is where you'll be able to, on the left, select rock steady, or underneath that it'll be horizon balancing. And then to the right there, that can only be in standard D-warp. And then when you're in rock steady, you'll have standard D-warp, wide and ultra wide. And then in the top left, that icon's for the resolutions and frame rates. But with the hyperlapse mode on the Nano, you're pretty limited there, as you can only do 4K from 25 frames to 30, 2.7K is 25 to 30 frames also, and then we've got the exact same there in HD. So these are going to be the settings in today's hyperlapse. We're in 4K 30, standard D-warp field of view, horizon balancing activated. I've done that because it's a small camera, so I don't want any sway on the camera there, so I want it true and straight, so that's why horizon balancing is activated. I say standard D-warp field of view, and now the first rate is going to be in auto. Let's get back to the video. Here we go. So what I can tell you with the hyperlapse option on the DJI cameras is, over those 6 rates, auto and ×15 are going to be the best for walking there, as you'll see in this video. ×2 and ×5 just give you bouncy footage. I'd strongly recommend don't walk while using the option ×2 and ×5. And then if you're doing a hyperlapse with a car, you can choose any rate there, depending if you've got a long straight or any twists and turns in the road ahead. Because if you've got a really long straight like a motorway, that'll be fine. You can use any rate depending how slow or fast you want that footage. So the Nano is going to be attached to the chest harness on these hyperlapses today. And I'm going to be going through all those 6 rates, breaking it down for you, and then when I pause between each one, I'll be vlogging with the Nano. So just keep an eye out on the picture quality, the stability of the footage, and also listen out for that audio quality on the internal microphone. So now let's start that hyperlapse in that first rate, which is auto. Here we go. Right, so now you've just viewed the rate in auto, and as you can agree, it's really smooth and fluid when you walk in there. There's no bounce in the footage, and once again, it's rather usable. And as I said at the beginning of the video, each rate I do, I'm going to stop and then I'm going to vlog to the camera so you can really see the picture quality, the stability of the Nano, as well as that onboard microphone. And now I'm going to switch over to the rate of ×2. Now do keep in mind, this is going to look rather strange. It's going to look like a little bunny or a frog, and you strap the Nano to it and it's bouncing along. Just keep that in mind while you watch this and try not to laugh. Here we go. So you just viewed that little frog with a Nano strapped to its back up and along there. It's just not usable while walking that ×2. As you've seen, especially if you look at the edges, it's just doing that all the way. So I strongly recommend don't use the rate of ×2 whilst walking. Now we're going to switch over to the rate of ×5, and this is going to be obviously quicker than that ×2. It's double and then a little bit more. But yet again, that frog's now had some Red Bulls and is jumping along a bit faster, as you'll see. And once again, try not to keep that in your mind. Here we go. So now you've just viewed the rate in ×5, and as you can agree, it's a little bit faster than that ×2, but once again, I think it's unusable whilst walking when strapped to a chest harness, just like ×2. And like I said, it's like that frog's had loads of Red Bull, and he's been zipping away in front there. And now we're going to switch over to the rate of ×10. Now keep in mind this is twice the speed of ×5. So let's just see how usable this one is. Here we go. So now you've just viewed the rating ×10, and I think you can agree it's a bit unusable for walking there, as you've seen. It's twice the speed of ×5, which is really not usable for walking, and it's really flying along there. So again, that little frog's got rockets up its arse this time. So now I'm going to switch over to the rate of ×15, and now this is the one I use all the time when I'm doing hyperlapses on no matter what camera I'm using. I always go for that ×15, and it looks very similar to the first one in auto. It's smooth and fluid. And especially when you've got long straights like this, it really is usable, as you're going to see right now. Right, so now you've just viewed the rate in ×15. And as you've just seen, it is usable. It's a lot more smooth and fluid than the other rates, especially the lower end of 2 and 5. Right, so now it gets interesting because this is the 6th and final rate. And with this one, you must make sure you've got long straights like I have here. I've got at least 1 mile until I get back to the car, and it's a straight line the entire way, so I've saved this one for ×30. So what you're going to see right now is it's going to be twice the speed of ×15. It's just going to be just as stable, but really fast. So hang on to your seats. Here we go. And now you've just viewed that rate at ×30, I think you can agree it is really rapid, but as long as you've got a straight line like I've just walked, it really does look usable. So just to break it down there, we've covered all 6 rates. The first one in auto, that's very usable while walking. 2, 5 and 10, I wouldn't bother, especially the 2 and the 5. ×15 and ×30, again, they're usable as long as you pick a really straight long path where you're walking. And then let's just say you're on a mountain bike. In them lower rates there, 2 and 5, you get away with that because as you're walking you're causing a bouncing motion, but on a bike it's just like a car, it's just flowing at a steady speed, so you can get away with most rates. And then finally, when it's attached to a car, it's going to be similar to a bike. Just be careful and mindful on the route that you're taking. And once again, throughout this video I've been speaking into that Nano, so you're looking at the picture quality, the stability and the onboard microphones there. It's quite windy around here, so let me just turn this round, see how the Nano handles that. And a little microphone test here. I'll spin it all the way around and I'm continuing talking. So now I'm talking to the back of the Nano. Is there any audio differences quality there? I'm speaking to the back while speaking to the front there. Is there much difference? And also I've been keeping an eye on the battery life there, because when it first came out I figured this is the tiniest camera I've ever seen. I don't think battery life would be any good on this, but to be fair, I've been 1 hour 45 minutes. The Vision Dock and the Nano have been in standby the whole time whilst I haven't been recording. I've been vlogging between each stop there, and the Vision Dock is on 43% and the Nano is on 91%. So that's really good, to be fair. I've been filming in 4K the entire time. So now you've just viewed that final rate at ×30, and I think you can agree it is usable just like the 15 and auto if you have a really long straight. I keep saying that because I've done plenty of hyperlapse videos, and in the beginning I was just walking anywhere and they just looked horrible on them high rates, because any twists and turns at going that speed, it's just not pleasing to watch, and it can make you dizzy and a bit queasy when you're watching it. So as always, do stay tuned to the channel. There's going to be plenty more videos on the horizon, especially with testing out this newly released DJI Osmo Nano. But for now, thanks for watching, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and bye for now.